This is Driving Solutions, exclusively on CPTnews.com.
Today, first-party data is more important than ever. Germain Motors has teamed up with Urban Sciences Technology to give their customers a top-notch experience. Today, we're learning how this partnership is going. We're pleased to welcome Eric DeMont, who is the Global Practice Director at Urban Science, and Shaun Kniffin, who is the Marketing and Technology Director at Germain Motors, although everyone in the industry knows him as Kniff. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me on the show today.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Jim.
Sure. So Kniff, we know Urban Science really well here at CBT News. What's your relationship with them?
Relationship goes back several years. I started off on their dealer advisory board when they had a company and still do AutoHook, and served there and still serve on that dealer advisory board to this day. And we have a couple of their products in a couple of our stores. Wow,
fantastic. So what's the value of working with Urban Science?
It's all about the data. The reason being I say that is that they bring to the marketplace a data set that we just can't get from anywhere else. And I'm so infatuated with the RDR information within 24 hours and knowing, customers are out of the market and where all those lie. But, that has been the attraction early on, is that consumer behavior. And for all the marketing directors out there, that's the one thing we're trying as marketing director to do, is to get in front of, is what is the consumer behavior telling us in market, out of market, shopping, and even post purchase.
Yeah, sure. Eric, how have you all helped to grow the relationship between Germain and Urban Science?
Well, at Urban Science, we highly value the experience and insights folks like Kniff and Germain can provide us in our product development and management. Kniff and Germain are longtime members of our dealer advisory board that meets semi-annually. We collect feedback during those sessions, not only on our current solutions, but also our product roadmaps. We review things like features, functionality, pricing, use cases. And subsequently, then all of our efforts are focused on building high-value products that are valued by the dealers. And so the relationship between Kniff and Germain has grown over time to include collaboration not only on our products, but also in collaborative products with other like-minded retail companies.
Kniff, share a story with us about when you needed to call Urban Science.
20 minutes ago, you mean? No, I'm just kidding. No, I tell you what happened was where things really began to blossom with our relationship was we were in Las Vegas last year for our dealer advisory board meeting. And as many people know, we have a really fantastic relationship with a company called Outsell. They helped us build our centralized data platform. We were one of the first dealer groups under 50 stores that said, let's take this on, let's do this. But we knew we couldn't do it ourselves. Sitting in that meeting, and I'm looking at Eric, and I'm going, Eric, I got an idea. I said, what if we can infuse some of that Urban Science data into our Outsell centralized data platform? And he's like, well, what do you mean? So I sort of explained to him, I'm like, it's really important for us to understand when a customer is out of market. And it's really hard to tell that with just having the data platform. And that got the wheel turning. And a year later, that integration is now done. And and that's sort of the innovative, collaborative partnership, vendorship, as you like to express. But that, when I have two partners working on my behalf, oh my goodness, magic happens, right? Because I wasn't necessarily trying to pull all the strings and so forth. They were doing all the collaborative work behind the scenes. And I'm pretty proud of that opportunity to work closer with Urban Science and have them work closely with Outsell.
That's fantastic. Eric, what was the solution?
So when Kniff brought up the idea of passing on the defection insights into the CDP, I was really excited by what that would do for the customer experience. Imagine now your CDP no longer is working with your marketing analytics platform to deliver in-market messaging to those consumers that have already defected. But now instead you can drop them into a service or a branding campaign. What a tremendously better customer experience, as well as a lifeline into how we fuel and bring people into our fixed ops business and and build better relationships over the course of a lifetime. And so thinking about what that idea, we got real excited about Urban Science, about how we could do that. Had a bunch of conversations internally about how to do this permissibly in a privately PII secure environment. And, within, after we got past all the ideas and explorations on the legal front, we were able to stand up an API that the CDPs are able to come into within the matter of, about a quarter. So we call that sprints. About 6 sprints of activity, we were able to get that done.
Wow. Eric, what are some of the assets that you have to help drive dealerships forward?
We talked a little bit about SalesAlert previously, and obviously that's our solution where we can provide defection notifications for leads that are in the CRM that have already purchased elsewhere. One of the things that we're working on now that we're tentatively calling defection prevention is coming to market, probably spring, early summer. And this product, its evolution was guided by Kniff and other people on our DAB. And at the end of the day, this product's going to help dealers not only understand which of their leads have defected, but which ones are at most risk of defecting. And we're going to be able to identify those leads and send them an incentive to come back into the dealership, either to take a test drive or purchase, which I think is a great example of how we're using dealers and our relationships with dealers and groups to help fuel our product development cycle.
Yeah. Kniff, what are you taking advantage of from Urban Science today?
Well, I don't think it's taking advantage of them. I think it's just collaboration and cooperation and the partnership that we have. They have data that we can't really get our hands on. And, it's all PII, it's all protected, so nobody has to worry about anything there. But look, I mean, there's a lot of things that are driving the automobile business for all these years, and they haven't changed, right? We're still looking at customer experiences. That's a crucial part of our business that we have to. So being able to discuss intelligently with customers and have conversations intelligent with them and timely conversations, and being able to put the right message in front of those customers, it all requires insights into the data that we just can't see. And they have the right tools, they have the right amount of data. And I think the use of data in the automobile industry is going to continue to get better and better and better, because as dealers, we've got to understand and harness that power of that first party data. We're losing third party cookies completely next year. And the most important data set we have is the customer one.
That's right.
And we want to talk to the customers based on the car they drive, not where they bought it. That makes any sense,
Sure.
right? We
Totally.
feel like if we can talk to customers intelligently, I just went literally, this was my experience recently. I went from being a luxury car owner to an F-150 hybrid pickup truck owner, right? That's a huge shift, right?
It sure is.
But we're seeing those kind of things happen in the marketplace, right? Yeah. And it requires insights into the data, and I think that's what we value a lot with Urban Science.
Sure. Eric, what are the benefits to a vendor like Urban Science in creating vendorships with dealers and groups and their other key providers?
Well, as Shaun mentioned, we help them we provide dealers and groups and partners like Kniff with insights into the data. And what they provide us is with insights into their business and how we can best develop our products to serve those needs. So, I mean, quite simply, they make us better because no matter how good we think our ideas might be, when we include dealers, it makes those ideas that much better. And so, I think that's one of the reasons SalesAlert has had so much success so quickly, is that it's designed with the dealer in mind from the bottom up.
Eric, you mentioned that Urban Science has a dealership advisory board that Germain and other dealers participate in. How does the DAB influence and guide your product roadmap and overall go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, those DABs are like seminal moments in our year. It happens usually twice a year. We had some outages because of COVID and other things, but those are two indelible dates on the calendar where we're building towards those events where we get to present our best ideas, thoughts, questions to our dealer advisory board members and get their feedback on it. And so that allows us to fail, we like to call it fail fast and get perspective. Sometimes we have ideas that we think are great that they're lukewarm to, And other times there's ideas that we thought were okay and they were ecstatic about. And so that decreases the time and effort required to bring new products to market, like the defection prevention one that we're bringing to market here in late spring, early summer, that we're going to be able to do in under a year. And, despite some really dynamic situations in the marketplace.
Here's a question for both of you, and I'll start with you first, Kniff. What advice do you have for dealers and providers in creating meaningful, mutually beneficial vendorships?
I like to pay homage to the company that hired me 18 years ago, plus years ago. Germain Motor Company is a very well-respected company in the industry.
Yeah.
And I think it really comes down to the value of partnerships and friendships and relationships, because with these partnerships, we get things done more so than we do when we're just writing a check to a vendor. The partners are more than just business associates. They demonstrate commitment to our organization. They believe in continuous improvement, and they're not afraid to take a call late at night. We talk all the time, and I think that's how we get work done, right? Because the business is spread out across the country, and it's interesting because all of my friends that are in the car business are all over the country, and that's not easily done. But these partnerships are the driving force behind our company. And when you can drive that type of relationship into how we run our business, a lot of things precipitate out of that are just inexplainable, but so much appreciated.
Yeah, that's great. Eric, how about you?
My advice would be to look for forward-thinking people, passionate people who bring unique perspectives, experiences, and relationships. And those are certainly the characteristics that attracted us to Kniff and Germain, because while they aren't our biggest client, they're probably our most valuable in terms of the insight, feedback, perspective, and other insights that they bring to our products, the industry, and ultimately our development.
Eric DeMont, Global Practice Director at Urban Science, and Shaun Kniffin, he's the Marketing and Technology Director, I should say, at Germain Motors. Thank you both for joining me on the show today. I know that our viewers and subscribers will get a lot out of your visit here with me, so thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Driving Solutions, exclusively on CPTnews.com.